clown car.
I'm sorry. I'd love to.
How many seats are in the clown car?
Appreciate you for asking.
How many seats? Like 4.
Unlimited.
Infinite.
Is that the whole thing?
There's,
I mean,
there's no...
well, there's infinite space, not seats.
Schrodinger's
I mean,
inside of the car.
seats are just like generally there's 4.
I assumed there were no seats.
Front and
Yes,
back.
So it's a normal car,
It was-
and it's the clown's magic that makes
Correct.
it work.
Like American
Clowns
Pop
have
Magic?
magic?
So yeah.
Well, yeah.
Some
yeah,
do.
dude.
In the movie Bozo taught me anything, yes.
Wait, what kind of magic do they have?
Like John Wayne Gacy.
When Haley Joel Osment needs a father figure in his life and he does not have one because his father is absent, a man named Bozo comes in who is a clown and raises him as his own. And that
Where's
is
the
movie.
magic?
Within you.
Yeah.
The magic is fitting 20 bodies on you.
Is it?
Stop.
Keep piling them in, piling them in.
Well, you can
Michael,
fit that
they were
many
in the crawl
car.
space, Michael. They were in the crawl space.
Under his house was the car.
Fuck's sake.
Was the car?
Yeah.
And then they were just pulling bodies
They were
out
just
of
pulling
the car.
bodies out, and they were just like, we don't know who goes where.
Another one.
Or what goes
Another
what. And he just
one.
ran out of dang space. He had people down there digging holes for him, unrelated to
back
the
out.
bodies. Like, no, dig over there.
Over there, over there.
Not over there. And they'd go, okay, Mr. Gacy. This guy
looking-
sure knows what's going on.
Looking for a
Real nice
chest.
fella.
And there's nothing else I'm doing with these holes. Is that what
Like
they
a
were
torso or?
looking? No, like a chest of goodies.
Oh.
Is that what they were looking for in holes?
Sweet.
I forget what the.
I've never seen it.
they were
Hold
looking-
Hold on, I'm very familiar with holes. Hi,
Yeah,
what's up?
they're
I've
digging
been
a bunch
called.
of
Hang on.
holes
They're
because
looking
it's like
for Gacy's victims?
it's like a lake bed
Yes.
that's all
All their
dried
heads are
out.
inside
Oh,
the
no,
bed.
that's the Green River Killer.
Looking for the treasure.
Yes.
That's a
They're looking
different-
for,
Yes.
They're looking for
the
Stanley Yelnats'
Stanley
treasure,
Yelnats'
but also that
family
used to be
treasure.
the Grove of Peaches, and it was
Yes.
dried out over the years because it was not cared for properly. But yes, what's up?
Was the? Oh, I was just asking. Is that what they buried? Was a chest of treasure or something, or was the treasure peaches?
It was a
No,
chest
no, no.
of,
The peaches happened to be their sustenance. Was it not peaches?
I'm pretty sure it was peaches.
I thought it was like
because it was the grove that was grown by the man who
onions.
fell. It might I think you're right. I
think it was
I think you're right.
onions.
I think you're right. It's totally
Onions?
off.
I think that
Southern
when they're
peaches.
stuck there stranded.
I'm thinking about the bussy again. I'm sorry.
Maybe they were just so dehydrated from digging holes all day that
Well,
they're
that's
like,
too
look at
damn
these
bad.
juicy peaches, and they're convincing themselves
know,
onions
they-
are like.
It's true.
Was the
No, they
treasure a
definitely were
bunch of
peaches,
like souvenirs from the victims?
Maybe.
Driver's licenses?
Yes.
Little
Also,
Bags are
the
stuck in
movies-
passports and social
What?
security cards.
should you care, BK? The movie I was describing earlier
It's just
was
a
called
body.
I want to
Bogus
talk about the Night Stalker.
From
a whole other
the
situation.
90s.
I really
Yeah.
want to know what kind of overlap there might be between your knowledge from like Dateline and true crime docuseries and red web coverage, because like there are some
Probably
that I feel
none.
like.
The stuff I watch is real.
Well, no. We do some actual true crime and then some paranormal and
If I
supernatural
may,
stuff.
I have an example.
I don't think so.
Kind of
Not from what I
helps.
heard from
Like
Alfredo.
the restricted stalker.
Oh, the restricted section. Only Hermione's allowed in there after hours.
Yeah.
She knows how to get in there.
She got that permission.
She does.
Oh, she's sucking off
doesn't give a shit.
McGonagall again.
Basically, yes. she
Sucking
did.
her pussy.
Oh my God, McGonagall might have a bussy. I don't know. Cannot confirm nor deny.
Taste my boot.
That's a McGonagall. 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 We're throwing it back. Wow,
Gussy.
the memories.
Don't forget, she's like in charge of transfiguration.
She is.
She could be anyone.
She could turn
any
into
bussy.
a
She's any bussy.
Anything is a pussy when it's her.
Yeah.
It's true.
She can
It's
turn
true.
into a bussy.
What's new,
Meow.
pussycat?
Meow.
Whoa.
Think she ever
Christ.
turns into a cat and just licks her own asshole?
Probably.
Maybe.
Oh yeah, she's like, I gotta get in there, clean that out.
That's what you do. I don't bathe. I turn
No.
into a cat and I clean my.
And she's like,
It's just like early Hogwarts
Right.
where they would go swoop, and then like they'd shit their pants, but they would go swoop swoop. They, like, 'cause that's
I've
the sound
imagined
of
being a
mixed
cat
spells.
many times.
And then, pook, and then it's gone, and then it goes
Yeah.
somewhere
And
else.
then-
The room of requirement. If you need a toilet, there's a room that's just filled with shit.
No, like the room of requirement is a room with a bunch of litter boxes.
They
Yeah, there
needed
you go,
it.
there you go.
They
Yeah.
needed it because they didn't have restrooms.
then when she's
and no plumbing.
poised and clean, she mounts Peter Pan.
Oh my God.
Pizza.
Oh no.
Oh, pizza.
I've missed.
Coming through my
I've missed you,
window
Peter.
again. I've
Have you
missed
seen
your
Hook,
night
BK?
calls.
Oh no.
Yes.
We'll have a revision. It's a
Wait.
great movie.
Maggie Smith.
Hook. Yeah.
She's Wendy. She's
Yeah.
Wendy.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. Blow your
Yeah,
mind.
the girl is
The granddaughter.
So then she's like,
Remember when you were Peter Pan and we'd bang?
They just had a little
Did the guy
cute
ever find his
thimble,
marbles?
bro.
yeah, at the end of the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I just
My mom.
this. I remember.
You didn't know that was she was
These are his
Wendy?
happy thoughts.
This was-
I
she's-
didn't.
but
I
she's
haven't seen
old.
since.
Yeah.
And the.
It's a great
She's
movie.
somehow the
I'll watch
same
it again with
age.
you.
Maggie Smith.
It holds up.
Maggie Smith stopped aging.
It's true.
At some point.
At
and
some
she
point,
was
just
I think she's
perpetually that
old
age.
forever.
Yeah, kind of like a Betty White situation where
Yeah.
they kind of like hit a golden spot and then
threshold.
they
Yeah,
just
yeah.
kind of are.
Yeah, yeah.
They
They
just
pass into
exist.
the sunset.
Yeah, I mean, it's worked well. Right?
Talking about-
She was in
What?
Clash of the Titans.
Yeah. And she was
Maggie Smith?
Yeah,
Oh,
dude.
wow.
Like,
Yeah.
like stop motion monster, like the original.
Yeah.
Oh.
That was like the peak of her career, right? Or like people.
I don't know,
say it's
peak,
like,
but she was
I don't
just
know.
like.
Yeah, I don't know, Pete.
I'm just saying, she was like a
I
hot
peaked
young
when I was a
thing.
monster.
Right, ooh.
She wasn't the monster.
She was. No.
Oh, yeah.
I'm just saying, she wasn't an old lady.
Yeah. Well,
That's how old.
she wasn't born
she
that
is.
way.
I just want to know when she
Maybe she's
born.
there was a transition at
I
some
don't know.
point.
I
It's certainly been since I've been alive. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know when it started.
But
But it
Impressive.
started at some point. Certainly, it was by the time they got to Hook, and that was in the mid '90s or early '90s.
yeah, so she's been old my whole existence,
I mean,
maybe?
yeah,
Pretty
right?
much, yeah.
But she's aged very well.
She has.
But like
She's
the
out here-
threshold of,
But truly,
of
like-
Nana, the Nana threshold,
Yeah.
like when
Yeah.
you reach that line.
Because you
She's
can
been
dip
Nana
into
for a
it,
while.
but you can
Nana.
dip into it early. You just can't dip out.
Yes.
Right, right.
Yes.
Once you
Again.
convert to nannyhood, or what would you say?
Nanahood.
Well, the thing
Nanahood.
is, you can dip in, even though it's not real, but then you actually age into it.
Yes,
grabs you and
yes.
pulls you in.
And you can't get out.
Yeah, you can't get out
You've
because
been
you're
sucked
just
in. Yeah, you're
well,
just
also
there.
you're just actually old, right?
True.
You can like Nana in your 40s and 50s
Sure.
with
But-
makeup and shit.
Right, right,
But
right.
then when you're in your 60s, it's like, oh, I
This is
can't
me now.
True.
pop out.
Well, there's people like Batty Winkle
Can't
who
pop
just kind
out.
of like
No, it's pronounced
stay.
Betty White.
No, Batty Winkle's awesome. Go check her out.
Oh.
She is 95 now, I think, but she still wears a lot of like very vibrant neon clothing and just kind of dresses young. And she's like, I don't give a shit. And she has a huge social media following. Love her stuff. But that's
the
kind of what I
Skyrim
aspire
grandma?
to be. No, but she's amazing too. I love
But
her.
I'm just saying they're not
Yes.
casting her as
Yeah.
a female lead
Not yet.
in like a as
Not
like
yet.
a 20-year-old. That's
They
what we're
should
talking
be.
about. No one's saying she can't be.
They should
No one's saying you
be.
can't be popping.
Hello,
I'm just saying.
the new Olsen twin.
Yeah,
Yes.
I'm just saying.
I'm the Scarlet Witch.
How are you?
now.
How are you a new? How are you a new twin?
That was a twin, but
You can have another Olsen. I'm the new twin.
I'm
That's
the new
the whole
twin. I was
point.
I don't know
hidden
that it
this
was.
whole
That
time.
didn't sound very
I'm sure they've
normal at all.
made some more. Yeah,
what?
there's some on the side. But Trevor, you were asking earlier about the connection from Red Web and Michael watching crime scene shows. The only connection
don't
I'll give
watch, I
you,
absorb.
it's true, you live it. Is I've got really hyper into just like we have a Babbel connection with work, so I was like, okay, a couple of plane
Oh,
rides.
the app?
Yeah,
Yeah.
so doing a couple plane rides, I'm like, I'm gonna learn some
In the middle of
languages.
one
Why
moment
not?
right now.
So had some hyper focus, went hard into Russian, French, German, Spanish, and Hungarian. No,
if
Romanian.
I may, I love
Yes.
the bouts of hyperfocus. So much gets done.
Blast.
I feel like you can like in an hour you can learn like a semester's worth of shit, and then it goes
It goes
dormant
away.
for a bit. But
It's
anyway,
fine. Yeah.
What else did you? Yeah, tell me
I
about
still
what you
remember,
learned.
but moi dame, that's all I need. Here, check out my house.
You didn't. Sorry, the languages: Norwegian.
You're good. Russian, French, German, Hawaiian, Romanian, and Spanish because you gotta
That's
keep
awesome.
it. Yeah, it was a few flights to be
years.
fair, but yeah, it was a couple of hours. But
That's
yeah,
really cool. I really appreciate language. I think it's so neat. And
Yeah.
like how precise it can be, but also how different cultures use language to convey
what would otherwise be the same thing. It's a reflection of the history of a people, and it's just so cool. I don't know.
absolutely. Well, I like also just bonding again. Like Michael, understandably, has no interest in learning about a lot of other languages.
Michael.
Yeah, no.
Doesn't really like anything.
Yeah, it doesn't.
you're like-
studio.
I saw a video. Oh man.
I just don't need it.
Michael
saw-
doesn't really care about it.
Not-
However, comma.
I just
Not-
don't need it, baby. Trevor's pulling the
I did.
table,
I pulled the table.
running away with the table.
God. But in my travels and my lessons, I was talking about
Yes.
Russian sentence structure, and they don't really deal. This is a native English speaker here, so I'm sorry if I offend, please. But from my understanding, is there's no
They
like
intend to offend.
There's no these or a's. They're not necessary. It's
No
like very
particles?
basic.
So they're stenographers.
Kind of. No, literally, that's what I was thinking of when you
Yeah.
said that. I was like, oh, kind of. So you can literally be like, but moi dame is literally like, look, my house. Like, it's just very quick and succinct stuff. Or like, dad in house, child is here, cool. So I was saying that to Michael, and he said there was one crime scene show where a woman was natively from Russia and was trying to talk to her friend who was a translator, and she, I guess, was getting some frustration
You
around that.
are
Was what?
so
please,
far
your
off.
interpretation. That was
Okay.
at the time what I got from
Let
you.
it happen.
Yeah.
What
Let it
happened?
happen.
Bust it
I was
down.
happy.
And then come back. So
The
what?
defendant can
As
speak.
I'm joyously celebrating our
Then the
connection.
Thank you.
Well, it's not much of a connection.
Let's sever that
It's not
connection.
much of a connection if you don't know what's happening.
You literally in the moment went, oh, and you're gonna make fun of how I learn. And I went, I won't knock it if that's how you learn Russian, baby. That's how you learn. That's literally the words coming out of my mouth.
That's how you learn, baby. That's how you learn.
Yeah.
I listened to Omelette du Fromage when
Thank
I
you.
slept.
Yes. When
When I was a kid, I was like,
Maynard taught you
does
French.
that work? Mom, give me a tape. Give me a tape.
Go to sleep.
This
Fall asleep with it.
conversation is a real Lindsay. I've seen that show. And I go, no, you haven't. And Lindsay's like, well, I walked through
That
the
happens
English.
a lot,
watching it.
actually.
That's what's happening right now.
Unfortunate.
I would love to be
I wanted to have
You're
her
in.
I really
What's
did.
up?
It was two Russian women. One was brutally murdered, and that's what the episode
feel like
was
I've
about.
heard about this.
And she was just one was in America longer, and the other one was like speaking in English, and she was like, "I go to store," and she's like, "No, you have to say you're going to the store here."
The store, yeah.
And she's like, "Why would I do that? It takes longer. I'm
Right.
not going to do that." That was the conversation. So there's no translator involved. It was her just ignoring. I'm not doing the extra work. She knew how to say it.
Taking the underlying kind of, not rule, but like structure
Right.
of Russian, applying
It was
to
just
English,
saying
and then
like,
having a
it was just
disconnect.
saying like,
Yeah,
oh, you don't
yeah.
do it that way here.
Yeah.
And she was like, I don't give a shit.
She didn't have
Care.
this.
You
This is
still
also some of the
understand.
hang
When I say many
Yeah.
words,
She
like,
literally
two
said,
words,
she
do
was
tricks.
like, why?
Yeah.
She was like, why would I say that?
Actually.
It's a waste of time.
In that moment,
I go
listen,
store.
we made fun of Kevin Malone, but he was right. He was just speaking Russian. Oh my God, that's the only reason he knew. He knew. So
That
yeah.
plays into the theory that Kevin Malone was
Well,
actually
he was
a
speaking
genius.
English.
But it was the
It was
with the
speaking
Russian,
sentence structure. Exactly. Yeah, it wasn't an official translator. It was her friend translating, but they were translating, so the point stands.
Kevin Malone is an
it's-
accountant
The
from The
Office.
Office.
Yeah.
NBC.
Yeah, it's
Kevin
yeah.
Malone, fictional character. He
one is
spilled the
Kevin?
chili.
It's,
Oh, got it.
it's
You got it.
chili.
I had to think about it.
It's
I was like, wait, I thought you were like Post
Or-
Malone? Is that
or-
Post Malone's brother? Like,
no,
wait,
it's his father.
That was great. That's.
Nice.
I know exactly. I see it.
Yeah.
You did the fate.
What was the face he did when he went? Like,
I don't know.
well, there was a distinct moment where
It's
he
him
was
setting the thermostat to 69.
like he was
he
trying
did do
to
that.
like
Yeah,
emulate
he did
the
that.
face of something else, like a mascot or something. He's like, I could do that.
That the Kool-Aid Man. He was
And
doing
he
the
like
Kool-Aid
smiles
face, yeah.
and then like widens his mouth. I don't remember.
I can't look at his face.
I'm pretty sure it was the Kool-Aid Man.
Look at
That's
his,
all I-
look at his
That's great.
shirt.
He's gonna get you.
Hey, be normal, man.
There he goes again.
Listen, this
Being normal.
no one made this shirt. It just ended up on me. No one asked for it to be created for my body.
I want there to be a normal language that is just nonsense sounds. Thank you. Please make it.
Blah, 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 blah.
Apparently that's the stenographer.
That's apparently that's how most languages are formed. It's like that. What's that?
That's
thing
kind of
you
that's
made?
baby
Yeah.
speak. We all start on that.
Baby speak.
Why didn't we just continue with that?
True.
We all start with the same language.
How about that?
Gah! Like or whatever spit up
Dude.
comes out of our mouth.
Dude, you know what's funny that's been going on?
If I'm drunk enough, it's gonna happen.
It's not baby speech, but this is funny. I've been doing a lot of curbs with Iris, and she mentioned something the other day about how she had like $5, and she kept waving it around, and she was like, she said that Lindsay and I were going to be her assistant, which I think was just helping her play Kirby. But she was like, whoever is my assistant better gets the money.
oh,
And I
wow.
was like, oh, excellent. So this is like pitting job applicants against each other. You're getting free labor
She's learning
before you
early.
even hire them.
Yeah,
Right.
that's
Learning
brilliant.
early.
This is smart.
Terrible.
And so then
It was an unpaid internship.
So then she was
Bullshit.
like, if you don't do it. So she was kind of explaining like, if you don't do it, and she was trying to like come up with like a word or like a thing, and I was like, oh, you're gonna fire us, and she was like, what is that? And I had to explain to her. I was like, well, when you work for someone and you get paid, if you get fired, that means like you don't have the job anymore.
They
and
took
you
the
don't-
job
you don't
back.
Yeah.
Make any money. And so now all the time, if I'm saying something, I'm like, oh, we're not gonna do that. She goes, I will fire you. If you don't do it, I will fire you.
should
And I
teach
will
her-
take back
Right.
all the money I gave
You
you.
should
wow.
teach her.
And I'll be like, I don't think you can really
Jesus.
do that. And she's like, you will have no money. I will
Oh.
fire you.
no money. You lose everything
Dad,
you've ever
I'm
had
hungry.
and your
Yeah.
job.
Make me food. No, not yet.
Sorry, I
I'm
gotta
gonna
wait.
fire
Yeah.
you.
Okay.
All the time now. And then you'll have no money. Like, she knows what it means
Yes.
now.
That's awesome.
What's messed up is Iris is planning to have her own marketing team that will fire us eventually as her parents when she takes
Oh.
off and becomes way more popular than we are, and her management.
Brilliant.
She
just,
also-
you know,
Brilliant.
just
She
saying.
also
You have a genius
Dude,
on your
Yeah,
hands.
right.
I
I'll
love
be
when
like,
she-
hey, Iris,
Honestly,
can
the
I talk
next
to you? No, all
generation,
right. Okay.
impeccable.
Are you busy?
I
Yeah,
love,
this is
I love her
5 minutes.
turning into an
Can I come in your
actual
room today?
human.
No. Okay.
Is now an okay time?
She was talking to.
I'm sorry.
You're the genius here.
Don't fire me.
I'm
Don't
just-
fire me.
Yeah, it's your life. I'm just living in it.
She was talking to Lindsay about like Lindsay got her a Kirby shirt and it was supposed to be like a secret that I didn't know about, and she wanted.
Is it
to
just a
surprise
pink
me
shirt with
it.
Kirby eyes?
No.
Wait, with the
That's
feet
cute, though.
flapping.
No. But
no.
it was supposed to be a surprise, and she wanted to tell me about it. And so like she was whispering to Lindsay about it, and I just kept like playing like, oh, what are you talking about? Are you talking about this or whatever? And Iris goes, no, we're not talking about anything. I'm like, oh, are you talking about a secret that I don't know about? And she was like, no, it's not a secret. We're just planning Luna's next birthday party. And I was like, well, that was an elaborate cover-up. Like, she came up with that.
Yeah.
On the spot.
Yo, don't worry about it. We're talking
It's a
about her
shirt.
birthday.
It's also
Like, literally
and I just
very
went, wow,
believable.
her birthday's not until February. You're
Right.
planning it already? And she's like, yeah, we just want to make sure we get it right.
You were
And then she would
creating
go
a
back to like
monster.
some
Yeah.
You're making a
That's awesome.
monster.
It's like,
But that's
She's
I mean,
smart.
but kids go through that phase naturally. They learn the skill of lying but because it's not necessarily malicious, but you use that.
I was trying to figure out what
use
is
that to
the
communicate.
path to
There's been
becoming a liar.
Like it's a creative skill, right?
We've had a few times
secret.
where like,
Talent.
She's keeping
Yes.
a secret. Okay.
well, like, I don't know, Iris will do something she knows she's not supposed to, and
dare
she'll
you.
like kind of try and hide it. I'm like, you can tell me like what's the truth? She's like, I did it. I'm like, okay, you tried to lie to get out of it.
Lindsay does
Okay,
that
now we'll
too.
address it. That's what's up.
But
Yeah,
that's
I do. Yeah,
like
and I go.
that development, that skill.
Then of course, what the
I
monster
turned
I'm
off the
creating
Xbox.
is when I know it's a Kirby shirt, and I'm like, oh my, you got what? You got
hyping it up?
Daddy a shirt with me on it? She'd be like, no, and I'm like, I can't. How did you get a shirt with me on it? And Lindsay's like, oh no, it's from. And Iris will go, it's from a game, and I go, is it from Kirby? She's like, yep. And I go, oh my God, a Waddle Dee shirt?
The assistant.
You got me a Waddle Dee? She's going, no. And I was like, this is
no,
crazy.
no.
I gotta call everybody right now. Hang on. I gotta call Grandma and tell her you
Right,
got
she's
me
like,
a
Daddy,
Waddle
no.
Dee.
Go, no.
Yeah, she's going,
Yeah.
And I'm going, I can't believe my own
She
Waddle
just-
Dee shirt.
she's just sitting
And
there
then-
and enjoying it, like,
what she
no.
enjoys is I build it up, and I go, what? What do you mean you didn't get me a You said you got me a Waddle Dee shirt.
And you get upset.
Did you not?
Wow.
Oh, you got me a Waddle Dee shirt.
I was so excited.
Right, yeah, she's like, no,
I was
Daddy,
looking
sorry.
I do
forward
that
to
shit all the
it.
time.
I love that.
Anyway, we're done now.
Yeah,
And that's the end.
They want us gone. Pour one out.
yeah. Y'all want a Waddle Dee shirt?
Don't waste that caffeine.
No.
it's-
Isn't
that's
it
me.
caffeine free?
What?
No, it's not diet.
Why does it give you that kick? Why is he
No,
wired
I
every
think-
night?
Lemon
Hey, it's
surge!
right, because when I was pregnant, I could have that even though it has a lot of sugar because it has no caffeine. Hang on, now I'm confused.
I thought.
No. If you
Pregnant.
have a Sprite too late at night, it keeps you up.
No,
That's right.
That's a
Trevor,
rhyme.
I'm sure that's not how it
Red,
works.
red sky at night.
I'll leave you to
Ginger
think
ale
about it.
doesn't have caffeine in it.
Trevor,
either.
I'm fired up over here. Boss nurse is.